Science research is a great experience, and I think that everyone should at least try it and see if it's for them. At the end of the year, you participate in prestigious competitions and learn valuable life skills such as teamwork and time management. Science research is a class and a club that teaches you to be a researcher. At the beginning of the year, you think of a science-related question. This is the most important part because it will dictate what you will do for the rest of the year. It should be unique and have a scientific purpose. For instance, my question would not be, if I throw this ruler across the classroom, what will happen? That question has no purpose other than to be silly, and you won't learn anything from that. The question I did was, how does CBD oil and ibuprofen affect the regeneration rate of round planaria? My partner and I came up with this question because there's very little information known about CBD oil. Also, CBD oil is used by people with injuries because it's thought to help with inflammation. We assume that many people take CBD oil with ibuprofen, and we wanted to see what effect that had. Lastly, brown planaria were chosen because they can fully regenerate if injured, and we can experiment on vertebrates. Then you try to find more information about your problem question. For example, my partner gathered all the information that we could find about ibuprofen, CBD oil, brown planaria that was relevant to our topic. Using this information, you come up with a hypothesis. Next, you start thinking about the procedure. You'll probably do small experiments to help you formulate exactly what you'll do for the main one. My partner, my mentor Sydney, and I used math to calculate the exact dosages. We also did experiments to find out how to administer the CBD and ibuprofen. This part will probably be the longest for you, but it is my favorite because there's a lot of problem solving involved. After, you'll do the main experiment and collect the data. This is pretty straightforward and there's not much to explain. Next, you'll interpret the data and come up with a conclusion. You also find out if your data is significant. By this I mean, did your independent variables affect your dependent variables in any meaningful way? In the conclusion, you state whether your hypothesis was correct or incorrect and explain your data. Finally, you type out the procedure, hypothesis, and conclusion along with some other things. All this goes onto a poster board that you design. The poster board is what is shown to the judges. You also create a speech that explains your entire experiment. I also enjoy this part because you get to customize your poster. The best piece of advice that I could give you is to manage your time. The competitions are on a specific date and everything must be done before that time. If something is not done, you won't do very well in the competitions. At some points during the project, I was scrambling to get something done because if I didn't, Miss Cruz would be upset. And most importantly, I would be behind for the rest of the project and might not finish on time. Also, one more piece of advice is to take the class as well as the club. You have more time to work on your experiment and more time with Miss Cruz to ask questions. Thank you.